Hello folks, I am on a leisurely ride, you could say, on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. And yesterday I just got back from camping at this campground near the beach for a week. And I've actually camped there before, so you probably see some clips of it and that type of thing. You know, when you're camping, you wind up meeting people, very often interesting people. And that's part of the fun of it, I think. And I always make an effort to meet people, right? That's like a big thing I try to do. So anyway, I met this one dude and chatted with him for a little while. And as it turns out, he was supposed to check out the next morning. So I told him, I said, well, I've got one more day I've already paid for one more day. I said, why don't you just camp at my site with me for one additional day? And he said, okay. So he came over and stayed with me for one day, and we chatted and stuff, and I was trying to think of, something I could put on TV, to give us something to do, And so I asked him what kind of shows he liked to watch, and he said he liked documentaries. And I said, well, that reminds me of one of the really good documentaries I saw a few years back. I saw it on Netflix, but I don't think it's on Netflix anymore, but it's called DMT, The Spirit Molecule, and it's about the study they did on this hallucinogenic drug, and about these people's experiences that when they had taken the drug. And so I said, hey, have you ever seen that? And I kind of pulled it up, and he was like, I've actually taken that before. I was like, really? So I said, well, I'd be interested in knowing what the effects were, what you saw, because it's a lot of people say they see their spirit guides and stuff like that when they take this drug. So he begins to tell me about his experience, and I said, wait. I said, hold up, let me get my camera, because I think this will be an interesting thing for people to hear. And so with his full knowledge and consent, I recorded his account of what it was like taking that drug, and I just thought I'd share it with you because it's very interesting. So it goes without saying that I do not want any comments of judgment, and I am officially not saying pro or con against the use of this drug. But when you travel and you meet so many different people in different walks of life, they always have something unique to offer, something unique to tell you, or some unique experience to relate. And so this is just one of those. So yes, it's not necessarily about scenery. Most of my videos are filled with scenery, but it's just an interesting thing I wanted to share with you. You smoked it.
Yeah, I smoked a few hits of it, and I already knew kind of an idea of what was supposed to happen. I mean, I've watched a lot of people do it before too, and literally I take the hits and I fall into this void, right? And it's literally like jumping off a cliff. All of a sudden you're just floating in darkness, and then all of a sudden it's almost like a super colorful comic book of the world just appears on my fucking eyelids. It's just really hard to explain because it's like a page that opens up, and it's like if you were to move the page, it would feel like your eyelids were moving or something. It's just really hard to explain because I don't know. But anyways, as it comes into view, this fucking jokester thing, it's it looks like a jester, like a Joker, like cartoon character. He's bouncing around in my vision. Right, and he's got this hook. It looks like a giant fishing hook, almost like one of those hooks that on cartoon where they yank somebody off the stage, but with a barb, and it's a hook. And he goes up, and he's jumping around, and everything's telling me to don't follow this guy. Right, it's my vision keeps trying to follow him, and everything in my mind's telling me don't follow him. And he hooks the edge of this page, and it's as the hook pulls away, it's like my head is pulling with it, and everything's telling me, don't follow that, don't follow that. And I turn away, and I fall into this even farther void, and it's just like space flying, right?
It sounds kind of fantastic.
All of a sudden I realized that I made the right choice. Right? And so I'm falling through this fucking void, and all of a sudden, here comes Ganesha. Like,
okay, what does that represent?
Hindu god Ganesha.
I know. What does that god do?
I can't remember right now.
All right.
Different story. Because I've tried to figure out what this whole thing meant like a few times until I did that pure DMT. And so like it's weird, like all of a sudden, I swear to God, this is where like some of these pictures come from of like Ganesha, of like it looks like a sun bright behind him, and like he's sitting there like meditating, and he's like looking at me, and this bright like rays of light as he's getting bigger into my view of vision. It's like he's in my vision, like not seeing him, but he's in my vision, and like everything's silent, and his nose is moving, so I know he's talking to me. I never could hear what he was saying, and then I just fall out of the fucking whole dream. I don't think you're just normal.
And you never went back?
I've seen exactly the same thing like 5 times.
Exactly the same thing.
In different ways, same stuff, same trickster, same maybe different pictures and colors, and maybe it just happened a little differently, but it was still the same type of thing happening. Like, and I was actually told that Joker from somebody that actually seen that too was like, you don't want to follow that. If you do, you will have the worst trip ever. Yeah, I was told don't follow him, and everything about your beings telling you don't follow him, but something's pulling you towards him. And then like you literally got like, I felt like I had to fight the urge really bad to get away from him, and then finally it was like I succeeded, and then you're just blasted off into space. That's like literally how it happened. Crazy, like, and so I think what that Joker thing is literally you're actually seeing a demon.
I think it might be more of your ego, but
I think I took it as like something that's actually trying to destroy what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
you know.
But I mean, we have a part of ourselves
wants to keep me from getting out of what, because I was literally, every time I tried to do this was for a reason. It wasn't to get high, wasn't anything. It was to clear my fucking head and to figure out some thoughts that I've been just trying to figure out. See if it would help us get our lives in order. See if I can maybe just figure something out, you know? And I don't know if it ever worked for that. But it's pretty freaking interesting, you know, like every time I've gone back to doing that, like when I did that really pure stuff and I went back into that, it was so intense that I couldn't remember what happened at all. I still don't remember. It was more of just like,
maybe what this means is that,
but it scared me so much that I haven't done it since that last one. That's
well,
why
maybe you're not supposed to do it again until you figure out what it meant.
When I did that one, it had been a year, and that's why I tried that. I was like, I need to figure out what Ganesha was trying to say or what he's saying, because I felt like the last time I did it before that, I was like on the verge of hearing what he was trying to tell me, and then I realized that's what he was trying to tell me is you need to shut the fuck up. Don't talk. I'm thinking like what that really means is like I tend to do this with not a lot coming out, you know?
It's an interesting story.
But that's really the only thing I can figure out about it. Like, if I wouldn't have done too much on that last one, I probably would have figured it out a little more, but that stuff was so intense the last time I did it. I'm curious to see, because I've never heard anybody tell me about their trips.
Yeah,
I've only heard people say that everybody has the same trip or sees the same being. I'm pretty sure nobody's seen what I've seen.
No.
And so what I keep hearing is just don't make sense to me, because every time anybody's ever explained it, they always say, like, the professionals in this shit, I always try to say that it's always the same high for everybody. Everybody sees the same being. Everybody sees the same, has the same high. Same thing happens.
This is that show I
So
was
far,
telling
mine was totally different.
telling you about, and their experiences are not like you just described. Tell me if you've seen this one before.
I saw the city.